Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't be afraid to let that woman go. Now, before I get started, let me shout out the Honorable Pimp God. He did a video, Let Her Dumb Azz Go. And I'll put a link for it in the description box. And that inspired this one. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. The other day, Tuesday, I did a video, only deal with women who add something to your life. And you know what? Despite me saying all that, some of us, we're gonna get that woman, she might be good in bed or something like that, or we get her for whatever reason. But she's not really an asset to us. We liked it because she got that fat ass. A lot of guys do that. A lot of guys will get that attractive woman, above average attractive woman. And he looking good to his friends and peers, but behind closed doors, she tearing his ass up. There's a lot of guys doing that. Behind closed doors, yeah, she got a fat ass and everything, but you touch it once a month. And even then, it ain't even doggy style. Yeah, it's that rough. She might give you some pedestrian sex, some pancake sex once a month, just to keep you quiet. And those are the good ones. There's plenty of guys out there with an attractive woman, and she's not even having sex with them. Hell, sometimes they even marrying the woman. She's not even having sex with him, or she tearing him up. Shoot, he don't want to go home after work. He want to hang out with the fellas and stuff. He's like, well, let's hang out a little bit longer. Because he being torn up behind closed doors, And he might hold on to that woman, she might be attractive, or he might feel like, he ain't gonna get anybody else. Because that happens a lot. You get some guys, they have trouble with women, so they get that halfway decent woman and hold on to her, And I do mean halfway decent, because you get some guys hold on to some women, you looking at the woman like, why her, dog? But why they hanging on to that woman? Because they having trouble getting another woman. I'm gonna tell you what, as I always say, your main relationship is with yourself. And if you're gonna deal with a woman, she need to be bringing something to your life. Now, if she's not bringing anything to your life, why are you holding on to her? Oh, you feel like you might not get another woman? Look, let me hit y'all with some game, some real game. If you can get one woman, you can get 1,000. Let me say that again. If you can get one woman, you can get 1,000. You gotta have an abundance mentality. If you catching hell from a woman, if you being psychologically or even physically abused by a woman in a relationship, even physically. I know a guy, he was getting physically abused or emotionally abused. Or the woman's not adding anything. She telling him, he aging and shit. He aging prematurely because she tearing him up. Like, I still remember this situation. This dude had a heart attack with this one woman, right? And I will always remember this situation. He had a heart attack with this one woman. And the thing was, she was just tearing him up. Like, in our social circle, she was known for tearing him up, putting him down in front of people, never treating him right. This was in public. So imagine what was happening behind closed doors. And I still think that was why he had that heart attack. I still think it. It might not have been, he probably had some other stuff, but he had a lot of stuff. Look, I just had a stroke recently. It wasn't because of like some woman or anything. But how many men have had a stroke because they not getting any peace at home? They might be having hypertension or something. The woman is literally making them sick. The woman is literally making them sick. That's not a good woman for you. She's not adding something to your life. Don't be afraid to let her go. There's a lot of reasons you could have some kids with her, and you still might have to let her go. Get a good attorney, figure out a good visitation or even custody plan. Shoot, in fact, let me give y'all some game. If you going to split, if you got a woman, you about to split up, go for joint custody immediately. Trust me. Trust me on this. Just go for it immediately. All right? Go for it immediately from day one. In fact, a lot of women, they be planning on leaving their husbands like a year or two in advance. Maybe you need to think the same thing if you're married. Keep that in the back of your mind no matter how good she's treating you. But don't be afraid to let her go. Don't be afraid to, because that's the biggest, you know what, that's the biggest single reason I've seen many men hold on to a woman who was bad for them. They didn't really think they'd get somebody else. You know, because they were typically the men who had trouble getting a woman. But if you got this woman and she bad for you, you can get a woman who's good for you. Because you had to have something in you to even get that bad woman. So you figure out what that is. Figure out, see, here's a process. You need to let her go. Sit back and say, okay, why did I have this bad woman anyway? And deal with those issues. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to ask yourself, why do you have this bad woman? You know? And then you can get another one. There's 4 billion women in the world. There's probably several million. If you were to meet them, they'll treat you the way that you need to be treated. They will be an asset to you. They will add something to you. But you can't meet those women if you messing with this bad woman. Yeah, how you gonna meet her? You messing with this bad woman. You dealing with her. Don't be afraid to let her go. It's better you let her go and then work on the relationship with yourself than to hold on to her and she destroy you. Because you get some women, they want to destroy a man. You get some women like that. So if you're in a relationship with a woman and she is not adding to it, boom. That's why I always say, deal with the women who like you. Because when you deal with a woman, if you're chasing a woman who really ain't showing that she likes you, all because you want her, I've never seen a man, you get some men who argue with me when I say deal with the women who like you, even though pimps and players know this. And they still want that. It was like, well, how's that working for you? How's that working? I've yet to see it work for a man. They talking about they the ones chasing that woman. I've yet to see them working for that. Now, when I say chase, you know, of course, you're going to have to make some moves and everything, but is she receptive? That's how you know she really wants you, is she receptive? Because trust me, she was probably checking you out way before you knew she existed. Trust me, women do that. They already knew. So which women are receptive to you? Which women are receptive? But many guys, you know, they'll get that woman because she fine, she got that fat ass or big breastises, whatever you like in a woman. You know, or it could be because, you know, same religion, social circle, everything. Then behind closed doors, she is tearing his ass up. Shit, they might not be sleeping in the same room, you know? But, he's stuck. And you get this a lot, especially with some guys who get some women based just on money. Now, I talked about that, money and status. I talked about that. But like I said, yes, you can get a woman, but you got to look at who you getting and why you getting her. You got to pay attention to all of that. So don't be afraid to let that woman go. Don't be afraid to. Because if she is not an asset to you, she's a liability. Let her go. If you look up, you feel like your life ain't where it should be, let her the fuck go, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today, for right now. Let me say right now. I'm still saying for today and knowing I'll probably do a car video. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.